I was reminded by my auntie, kesho ni Sabasaba, because there's so much protest and demonstrations in this country. In 1 month, we had 4 holidays. Kulikuwa na ile ya fuel, ile nilimwaga mitungi, kumekuwa na Sabasaba, kumekuwa na June 25th. Kenyans are agitated. Every Kenyan is an activist. Yeah? And as I keep saying, in Amanisha, something is about to be birthed. Yeah? People are tired. People are mad. Kenyans are hungry and are angry. Mtu wako na njaa na hasira. Unaelewa? And that's what my brother doesn't understand here. It's no longer just Sabasaba were our grandfathers. Sisi tumezaliwa sasa, sisi tuko na tena yetu ya June 25th. And Jeff, let me tell you, it will continue the same way. In fact, I was telling Caroline Mutoko that, you see, for as much as we celebrate 1963, that's when Kenya was born. Yeah. But let me tell you, Kenya was born again on June of 2024. So unless we get the change that we are calling for, that we are looking for, we will keep seeing Kenyans on the streets. Kutakuwa na nane, sita. Kwanza next year ndo mbaya. Juu next year ni 27. So ni saba. Saba tatu. The year is 27. Yeah. It has a 7 on it. So unless things change, itakuwa mbaya. Tukua tumekaa kwa jambo jet, I think it was. There's a delay. So me naively, innocently, me nashanga kwani kuna shida, kuna technical hitches. Yes. Almost at 5 minutes. Kuna delay. I see 5 men walk in. Na wakanichukua. Miguna style.
Wongo.
See, I'm telling you the truth.
Walikupeleka wapi?
Wakanipeleka kwa Subaru ya grey. Zilikuwa 2. Wanaume wako 8. Hawaongei, hawana uniform. They only talk to me tukifika kwa expressway. Wakasema you are under arrest. Bro, from JKIA all the way to expressway, what was I thinking? Nasema ndio, this is the day nimeenda. Nimepotea. They told me you arrested for why? Kwa sababu ulifanya so and so, ulimwaga vibuyu nini 3 weeks ago. And then Jeff, di kitu ya kamata Friday. My big brother. That whatever happened 21 days ago. These people have been looking for me. Kuna time wananiona, umesema I'm a public figure. Yes. Wanajua mali niko, wametap simu zangu, wanajua mali naishi. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday niko Kisumu, koja. Wanache wiki napita mpaka ilikuwa wamentafuta wana Friday and denied me bail. Nikakaa Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
What?
So my big brother, we are not there yet. We are far from there.
I think and you're not happy?
We are not happy. We are regressing. Tunarudi nyuma.
Ngoja, okay. Morala, Saba. Does it mean anything anymore?
I think we need a change of strategy. We need a change of strategy because it's not enough to be angry. You need to take action on your anger because the youth have been angry for too long until it is becoming normal. People are getting accustomed to youthful anger. I think it's time for the youth to also mix the anger with political action so that they get into the political space, run for political positions, like my friends here are running for different political positions, so they take over, so that they take over leadership. Yes. It's not time to be leaderless or partyless anymore. We need to translate anger into political action because at the end of the day, we are a political democratic country. We are led by political parties. Unfortunately, as it is now, these political parties are ethnic. If you are a youth out there and you don't like how the politics of the day is being played, then the only way to change that politics is to get in and change it because you can't drive a vehicle from the outside. So yes, it's okay to be agitated and to be angry and to do Sabasaba, Sita, Nane, June 25th. But the streets alone do not change a country. From the streets, you now need to get into political action, participate in political party activities, run for election. The space is opening up for young people. Even me in the political party where I am, young people's voice nowadays are respected. When I compare, when I used to try political activities when I was back in the university, and now, there's a little bit of more respect. Not as it should be, but there's more respect for young people.
I saw the light. I saw the,
You saw the money.
I saw the light. My way to Damascus. I saw the light, and this is what I'll tell you. I think I'm the youngest in this room.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm just 25, 26. I'm just...
No, umepotea mapema aje.
I'm the youngest. And I don't have moral authority to maybe advise my good brothers on my left and on my right in stripped suits. But again, I will agree with Morara. Morara is saying that we need to take part in these political parties. That's why I'm the UDA Gen Z party leader. I can tell you, they are saying that youths are not angry anymore. It's not that. The youths also have seen the light. They have seen that going to the streets doesn't help. My good brother Eric is saying that in 2024, June, I mean, that is what is going to happen next year. So you see, in his mind, instead of thinking of exactly how as a country we are going to progress, like Morara said, we need to be in these political parties for us to win, for us to change this narrative. That's why I am in UDA party, and I'm bringing as many youths or as many Gen Zs to also learn to support this government and to take this government to the next level. We don't build a nation by being on the streets every day. We don't build a nation by, tying ourselves in chains, in mkokotenis, throwing jerry cans on the road. That is not how we build our country.
How you can do it?
The only way you can do it is to be part of this government. Is to be part of this government by vying or taking these positions.
So you want to be
I am going to the West Mugrangol constituency, member of parliament, the 14th parliament that is coming. Like I told you, I'm not standing. I'm the current member of parliament in waiting. The only thing I'm doing, I'm just waiting for swearing in.
You should learn from me.
As a young person, I will be the first Gen Z to be in that parliament. And that's how we can change this government. This government is doing a lot. So when you ask me what changed, I came to your Hot 96 show almost 8 years ago.
Wow.
And I used to call you when you were Jeff and Jalas. I was a watchman. I could sell bread, do that in Mkuru, behind the mosque. Out of us, a family of 6, we used to stay in a Mabati house. But right now, I've been given an affordable house. I've come from Mkuru estate. That's where I've come from. You can even see, even my look has changed.
I need to interrupt
since I get.
Jeff, let me say something.
Let me just finish.
Let me say something.
Before I go to
I'm the youngest. Acha nipe muda. I need to learn from him. Not him to learn from me. This is the point. Nikienda barabarani, I'm talking points, my senior. Nikienda barabarani nilikuwa natoka nyumba mabati. But saa hii kuna president amenipea affordable house yenye ninatoka, wazazi wangu wanakaa vizuri, tunakaa vizuri, iko na basketball, iko na hadi police post ndani, iko na hadi medical whatever ndani. That is the country that we want, and I've seen that in this president, in this leader. And that's why it changed. And that's why it changed.
Bro. A very small percentage of young Kenyans who have been bought by the government.
I've not been bought.
Bro. I've been bought by the
I've only been supported.
Some of my friends, they were when the program began, Ulisema, he used to be a very fierce.
Correct.
Until recently.
Until recently.
Yeah. Now he's a fierce supporter. Na sasa hata anatuambia live on the TV, I've been given affordable
people.
But that is less than 0.01%.
No, we have many
who are now being used as mouthpieces. Yeah, Jeff, if you'll give me time, I don't know whether it's now. I just need like 2 minutes. Morara said it, and he has backed it up. We are not just going to be on the streets. We are going to take action, but we will not leave the streets. Hata Maumau walikuwa kwa streets, kwa forest. Okay, na Raila 1992 na kina Martha Karua, Umingo Magara nani walikuwa kwa street. Ndio tukapata multipartyism. Tulikuwa kwa street ndio tupate hata hii devolution. So we will always be on the streets. But now because we are headed towards an election year, we are starting to think now, how do we change this country? Because there's going to be a new Kenya, Jeff. Mark my words. Let me see, Prophet. But I'll come back on this bench. Over 95% of those MPs, especially those who voted for the finance bill, Kenyans don't forget, they are going home. That's how we start change. There's going to be a lot of surprises. President Ruto is the last, I've said that 1,000 times, of his generation. There's going to be a change of guard, there's going to be a new Kenya. Because our Gen Zs that you keep underestimating, and that is their power, Jeff. Every time you underestimate the Gen Zs, that is their strength. You did that in June of 2024. And a sitting MP, a friend of mine, former comedian, stood in the parliament on live TV and said, those are TikTokers. Mr. Speaker, sir, just before June 25th, these are TikTokers. They are doing content. They are doctoring images. The Gen Zs surprised you. Now, the narrative is very simple. Young people are confused. Young people are indisciplined. They never vote. They are drunkards. Jeff, remember my words. It is not going to be business as usual. 72% of voters in this country are young people. The 2027 election will be determined by Gen Zs. Hata niseme young people. Mark my words. Wachana na venye mara anasema ati tribal, they're going back to the tribal cocoons. The 2027 elections will be decided by the Gen Zs. Wamenyamaza, mnawaita leaderless. If you're a Gen Z and you're listening to me, we are going to rally you. We are going to gather you. We are going to use everything we have. Come on the TikTok. Come on the Instagram. We're going to use it. They will vote.
They work hand in hand. I would feel so good if I see these three people.
In Parliament? In
Parliament. And the reason why I'm saying this is because they have taken now this environment. People are call it what you may, whether it's paid activism or whatever it is. They're now taking it to where it belongs. This is an institution that not only makes policy, but this is where the laws of the land are made. This is a very, we call it a very sanctified, if you will, sacrosanct house, if you will. And to see these gentlemen going there to create laws, because let's face it, we are living in times of great complexities, Jeff. And when complexities intensify, you need a new level of knowledge.
And according to Eric, you and I are fossils now.
That's what they are saying.
Fossils.
But we've seen when we talked about the 1997, was it around the Sabasaba? If you look at what they have today or what we have today, these times that we have accepted, we didn't have social media back then. No. We didn't have internet. But at the same time, we are talking about the complexities which have intensified. This great tool that they have called the internet, or we have, it's called the internet. It is very good to certain economies and jurisdictions where people are taking it and making it a tool of commerce, and you have people in other countries where the same tool is becoming or has become a tool of great abuse. All right? And these are things we cannot run away from. So here they have front row seats. Let me tell them.
To history unfolding.
They have front row seats to make a change. But Erico has said it's going to be a new Kenya. By the way, I don't believe when people say, there's some book that we read that says there's nothing new under the sun. So there won't be anything new. Yeah? They can be a change of guard, as they are calling it. But what they'll find, is the sophisticates of this century. There are things that they'll come in to deal with. Probably what we were unable to deal with. They must, daily when they get up, create solutions. And this is why I'm saying, every time you come and sit at a place and you say, you know what, I want to be in that environment. I want to go in there. Know one thing. Number one, for the three of you, you will never, even as a country, you shall never outrun your problems. They will always be there. So every day you wake up, you must have new knowledge to solve the problems within your locale. Albert Einstein, Jeff, tells us what?
I need to say something.
Education is the ability of the human mind to think.
That's right. We have to insist on values that even if we are having a change of guard in 2027, how are we positioning candidates of integrity or of values to be front runners in that election? And we just need to begin with the presidency. On Ruto's side already we know the problem. When we come to the opposition side, we need to be keen on who becomes the opposition flag bearer. We need to see, this is Kalonzo, this is Rigathi Gachagua, this is Matiang'i. Who can we entrust a country to? And that is why I decided to join Jubilee. It was a very conscious decision because I also asked myself, out of all these candidates in the opposition, who can I trust to lead a new Kenya? Who has a record of performance. And I found it's Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i, and that is why I joined Jubilee, because he's the only person I can see in the opposition whose values and my values of performance and delivery are aligned to mine. So even as we seek to have a change of guard in our country, even in the individual constituencies. I have a problem in Borabu constituency. I have a member of parliament who the people have never seen in parliament. He has never forgotten to come near parliament. And yet he is the highest paid employee in the constituency, paid 1 million shillings every month to do nothing. When the planning of the government is being done, the guy is not in parliament. And I get very disappointed when the president comes to Kisii. You know, members of parliament take to the podium and say, Mtukufu Rais, Baba wa Taifa, bila wewe hatujui tungekuwa wapi. You look very handsome today. Kama kweli ingependeza roho yako, tunaomba tafadhali utupe sijui barabara gani, hospitali gani. Yet they are the ones who do planning in parliament. The budget is done in parliament. The only thing the executive which the president leads does is proposals. So these members of parliament who have so much power to plan development are the same ones who are at the knees of the president begging for development. Then you wonder, wait, have I ever seen this one in parliament? No. Has this one ever brought a motion to parliament? No. How are they managing NGCDF? You find, bursary forms are getting sold. You know, if you have a fee balance of 10,000, they're selling to you a bursary check at 5,000. They are doing, like in my constituency, I have a problem. I was reading the audit report. You know, look, I was reading this audit report. Let me just tell you now. I was reading this audit, and it reads like a horror movie. It reads like a horror movie. Right here in this audit report, 1.8 million shillings spent on a pit latrine at Kenyoro SDA. You know Kenyoro SDA Prime, which pit latrine will cost 1.8 million? A tank, a water tank, a 5,000-litre water tank. The member of parliament is getting it for 500,000 shillings. Kitu ya 35,000 kwa hardware. Every Kisii from Borabu constituency that is watching me knows they have this thing in their house. They know it costs 35,000. But the member of parliament said he planted trees and put a tank next to the trees at a cost of 500,000. I'm reading here and I realize he said there is a problem of climate change in Kisii. The most forested place in Kenya, everywhere you move is a tree. In fact, if you close your eyes and move around, you might hit a tree. And then the guy is planting trees at a cost of 6,492,000, and you are like, oh my goodness.
Listening to my brother, Kebaso Morara, I want to request him, kindly, tafadhali kwa isani. I respect Matiang'i. He's actually supported me. He supported me in 20, I think, an event at KICC. I respect Jubilee. This young brother of mine, young kama mimi, namuomba arudi.
Arudi wapi?
Arudi kwa vijana. Hizo vitu wanasema, he's mentioned Kalonzo, he's mentioned Matiang'i, he's mentioned Gachagua. Who among these people is viable to represent Kenyans? It's him. Jeff, it's me. That's why we have a change of guard. Morara is a very influential, powerful young man, very articulate.
You want me to overthrow my party leader?
No, don't overthrow him.
On live television.
Don't overthrow him.
So now
come back. No. Excuse namaliza. We'll talk after me. Sorry.
I need no. Sorry, Paul.
We are losing a very brilliant, not just activist, leader of the movement, of the Gen Z movement. Yeah? Kulikuwa na Kebaso Morara. Hatujampoteza. Tulipoteza nani? Ule tomboa anaitwa nani? Kasumwela alienda. Nimebaki peke yangu. Huyu ndugu yangu hatujampoteza 100%.
Na Jalango wako wapi?
Tunaongelea Gen Z movement.
Lakini sikiza namaliza bro. My brother, let me finish. This is a former Gen Z leader. So I'm very hurt if Kebaso on Citizen and I mention our grandfathers. Kalonzo is my grandfather. Yeah? Gachagua is my grandfather. Matiang'i, respectfully, is my grandfather. I've just told you 71% of young people are the Kenyan voters. Why not Morara and Eric Omondi? We're opposition. We have the numbers, we have the muscle, we have the know-how, we have the energy. Yeah? We have youth. Yeah? So ndugu yangu, mimi nitamuongelesha mkizima hizi kamera. Arudi nyumbani. Yeye ndiye kwa opposition.
Confused the opposition is. Unaona hapa kidogo hata wananipiga man. Wao wenyewe wanapigana. Huyu anataka, huyu hataki. That shows even they reflect their own leaders. Wana reflect their own leaders. Venye
tafuta nyumba.
Linda tumbo zao. You see, wakati
niko na lift kwanza.
Unasikia? Hao ni matajiri. Eriko kwa TikTok zake unaona venye na onyesha pesa zake huko. Huyu ni bilionea. Pesa ya Gen Z unajua venye alikula na hizo mapato. Mimi ndio ninaelewa shida ya mama mboga pale chini. Mama yangu ako Mkuru hadi saa hii anauza mboga, anashonea watu nguo. Wenyewe wanajua wana watch saa hii sauti. Hadi saa hii mama yangu ako huko.
Why na uko gava? Toa mama yako pale.
Ungeanza na uko gava.
Hadi umevaa government.
Umevaa mpaka
government imekushonea hadi suit.
Umepewa mpaka nyumba.
Imagine government imemshonea nguo.
Listen to this guy.
Imempea nyumba. Na maisha yake haibadiliki.
Acha niongee.
Ungetoa madhe kwanza.
I'm the youngest here.
Ungetoa madhe kwanza.
I'm the brokest person in this room as I
after and you're working with the government.
I'm not working in the government. I'm a student.
You're in the house.
Nimekupa nyumba.
And asema wakakubalisha hadi suit.
Bro, umevaa
gava imekushonea nguo baba. Umekataa kutoa madhe mtaa. Why?
I need time to explain.
Okay.
I need time.
Sawa, wacha.
To advise millennials ni ngumu sana.
We are Gen Zs. We are all Gen Zs. We are Gen Zs.
Gen Z mgani yako 40? Gen Z mgani?
Jeff, let me define Gen Z.
No, give me time, Jeff. No,
I'll protect you. Gen Z.
Kwanza age is just but a number.
Gen Z is not an age. Gen Z is not an age. Gen Z is a concept.
Hakuna Gen Z concept bwana.
Kwanza Gen Z
Kalonzo ni mzee sasa hivi.
Me and you
amesema Kalonzo ni
it's a philosophy.
Si amesema Kalonzo ni mzee, mbona Kalonzo?
It's a philosophy.
So umesema
if you are looking for change, if you are fighting for new Kenya, if you want to you're a Gen Z.
This is how confused
you came with your fire extinguisher.
What I was saying.
Tulia na hiyo fire extinguisher hapo.
I know what the government.
But you are wearing government suit.
I am a member and I am a team leader, the UDA Gen Z party leader.
Okay.
They need to understand that.
I
am a student of
2 months ago you were with us. Ulikuwa na sisi 2 months ago.
So tulia nikupange, tulia mamu. I'm in school. I don't have a job, okay? What I did, ile hustler fund yenye rais alitupea.
Yes.
That's what I took and I bought a motorbike that I use kupiga shughuli zangu napata kakitu. So the government yenye ilitusaidia watu wa Mkuru, nimekwambia ni millionaires. Hawaelewi kenye sisi tunapitia. Unaelewa? Mimi nimezaliwa huko Mkuru, hakuna food, hakuna tacho, hakuna anything. So when the government gave us a house, haikutupea kazi. So at least it reduce burden. Unaelewa? So your burden nikipiga shughuli zangu na bike yangu kulipa mdogo mdogo, wanasema hapa rais alitupea nyota fund ya 20,000, hustler fund ya 20,000, nikachukua hiyo bike ni kusaidia kupata food na niende shule nilipe school na nilipie watoto wetu. So the day nitapewa kazi ama nitapata kazi, I'll be able to do that. So this is what I'm saying. At least rais ametutoa kwa pale chini. Penye tulikuwa slums. Watu wengi, many thousands of people. So wanakati anaongelea Gen Z, I don't know what he talks about.
Okay, let me ask you this.
We are the real Gen Zs.
Okay. Nani alikumake head of Gen Zs in UDA? Nani alikupatia kazi?
My party members, the UDA Gen Zs. We have members of the UDA. We had a caucus and we did that. Kuna caucus ya Gen Z. So I'm not the Gen Z leader out there. Unaona wanasema eti Gen Z leader. Morara huyu mzee ndio ananiambia Gen Z leader. So the Gen Zs, look at this. You see what is here? If the cameraman can zoom, these are rubber bullets. This is the price that we paid in 2020.
Bro, don't talk about price hapa wewe. Don't allow
nothing.
Jeff. Yes. With all due respect. Those tuonyeshe ati your scars. Tukianza kutoa hizi manguo hapa.
Ukitoa hapo ukijirusha huko kama
nikianza kuonyesha vitu vimepitia Jeff. You know kwangu polisi wamekuja mara 3. I have CCTV cameras.
At home?
Do you know the things they did to me? I can never share. One day I'll share.
But don't call yourself a Gen Z.
Do you know what? Do you know how many times we've gone? So this young brother of mine.
I'm not your brother.
You're my brother. Sasa umevaa yellow umenitoka. Umeenda umecross umenitoka. Until inakufanyia nini? You're my brother.
Anybody who
my brother. Sasa mimi si brother yako. You are a Kenyan like me, and until 2 months ago you are speaking the same language I'm speaking. Sasa hizi move over to the government side.
Na kabadilika.
Na hata madaja mtoa nini?
Madhea kumkuru.
Ngoja nimalize shule nisome nipate kazi nimtoe. Ananilinganisha na yeye
sasa umeanza kupeana promises kama hizi za Ruto.
Let me help. The good thing about
I'm a small boy.
The good thing about these young people.
Rais atatupeleka Singapore.
They're outspoken.
Na nitatoa mama.
They're outspoken.
These are facts. I've been to these housing projects, the affordable housing, and it's changing because if we don't do something, me and you, Jeff, this is not a problem deferred. It's a problem growing. What am I saying? If we don't bring up these houses, guess what will grow? Slums will grow. If we don't talk about food now, as we are doing, just the other day, there were activists wearing what? Sufurias on their heads. Why are they not doing it now? Because somebody sat, created solutions. All right? Can we sit back and say, once we do these 100 mega dams, what will that do to our food production? I need to ask a question. Yeah? Just a minute. When we sit back and say, once we get everybody covered on healthcare, universal healthcare, because it's part of our constitution, we say this is what we voted for. What will Kenya look like? Even if we don't get to the peak.
Okay.
What will really these gentlemen doing?
Morana has a question for you.
Yeah. Now, you say what you have not done as if it has been done. And until Morara goes out there and shows people in the Vampire Diaries that it has not been done, you're not willing to accept that you've not done it. For instance, I'll ask you, surely, you're saying we used to wear sufurias on our head, now we are not because somebody created solutions. Which solutions are these? Yet the economy is worse than it was when we were wearing sufurias. How many jobs has the government created for young people? Because you are graduating almost 500,000 people every year, and you take maybe 1,000 people to Saudi Arabia to go and be slaves. How can you call that job creation? The only way to create jobs, let me help you, by the way, for free. Today, let me be the government advisor for free. Look, if you guys want to create jobs, stop struggling to create jobs as government. Government is a bad businessman. Open up this economy. Let investors be able to invest in this country. What does an investor need? Number one, land. Can land in this country, please, for God's sake, be predictable? So that I don't buy land, then it turns out it has 2 title deeds, it has 2 green cards, the files disappeared, it used to be public land, how did it get a title, and so on and so forth. Let land be predictable, that's number one. 2, let the process of change of user from agricultural to industrial for an investor be seamless and free. 3, bullying by government agencies. Oh, you NEMA this, NEMA wants this, and they want a bribe of $1 million, you $2 million. Cut off those bureaucracies. Number 4, provide power. There is no industry that is going to run without power. We need power. Once you provide enough power, number 5, financial inclusion. Nobody is going to borrow at 25% when their profit margin is 10% and make a profit. Make finance available affordably. I just came from China a month ago. Do you know how much they are borrowing percentage? They are borrowing at 3%. 3% per annum. Imagine, so if a Chinese borrows $1 billion at 3% and I'm borrowing at 20%, I'll never ever catch up even if I... Let me just finish.
That's why we need
let me just finish. If you do these things, you will bring industrialization to this country. What is the meaning of industrialization? Industrialization is jobs. Because right now we are importing everything. This watch I'm wearing is imported. This shirt is imported. This tie is imported. This phone is imported. These shoes are imported. This file is imported. This paper used to be made at Webuye. Right now it is imported. The tea I took to come here, the milk nowadays comes from Uganda. Imported. The sugar that I put there comes from Pakistan. Surely, if everything is coming from outside, when will young people of this country, with all these brains that they have and this energy they have, create things?
Let me add. The government is actually working overtime. I agree. Only working on the wrong things. Our priorities are upside down. We have affordable housing. Jeff, I keep telling you, there is no single homeless Kenyan in this country. There's no Kenyan who's homeless. Hata hawa chokola, mi interact now. Na wapeanga do. Saa zingine nawasema, wewe kwenye ni wapi? Ni Murang'a. Wewe kwenye wapi? Kakamega. Wewe kuja bro, kwenye ni wapi? Ni Rongai. Wali hepa home. There is no homeless Kenyan. You will never meet one. as Africans in this country, tuko na maushago. Housing is not a problem. So when you take all this energy, all this focus, all these resources, and you put in housing, kwa huyu boy wangu, unampea nyumba, hujasaidia future yake. That's why leo nitakwambia. Free education. Yeah? Actual free healthcare. Yeah? Isn't it to the government wamefocus watoto wasome. Juu wako na kwao. Jeff, we are not desperate of shelter. Hakuna mtu ana nyumba. Hakuna Nairobi, hakuna Kakamega, hakuna mtu analala kwa street. Ni watoto tu. Hata hao mama wananga hapo Nation Center. They go back to some home. Maybe the kids will run away from. So housing is not a problem in this country. Health is, education is. Yeah? And if you educate a child, you freed them. Wewe ni mtu ataenda mbali. So we need free education. Natakuexplainia shortly on these files niko nazo hapa. You need free education, you need actual free healthcare. I keep saying actual free healthcare, yeah? Na venye Morara amesema, just deal with taxes. Jeff, unajua nilienda pale tao nikapigania nikimwaga kibuyu to get attention. Kibuyu ilikuwa ikala intentionally. Ilikuwa yellow. Ilikuwa kala ya UDA. Hizo vibuyu nikazimwaga pale. And then wakakuja wakasema tumewasikia. Jeff, wakaongeza kerosene by 31 shillings, sijui pesa ngapi. Now, Jeff, you and I and Morara and my brother who has two names like Miguna and Chairman Napa.
Forgot the yellows.
Yes, and we can afford. We don't use kerosene. Over 70% of Kenyans in the villages, in Kibra, uko kwao Mukuru, wanatumia mafuta taa.
Correct.
Sasa umeongeza mafuta taa, ukareduce. Reduce nini? Ujatusaidia. Priorities.
30% of that budget goes where? It goes to education.
Correct.
Karibu 700 billion. Correct. Ukiangalia education sector yetu, does it look like 700 billion? You know, I had this week the Ruaraka land case, came back to the internet. It's from the Ministry of Education. And I had everybody mentioning Matiang'i. You know, sometimes people stop fighting corruption. The government fights corruption only when it suits a political interest. And sometimes they do corruption as public lynching. If one day I'm given in charge to be in charge of that corruption, I'll do my work properly. Because I kept asking myself, okay, fine, you people want to achieve a political goal. Let's say you want to fight corruption in the Ministry of Education. In this whole scandal of Ruaraka land case, where the hell is the PS Belio Kipsang, who is the accounting officer of the ministry, who was in the ministry for 20 years? He was there when NEMIS scandal was happening. He was there when the textbook scandal was happening. 90% of the fake schools are in Rift Valley. Then you have a whole scandal. You know, it's all over the news. It's called the Ruaraka scandal. But the PS is missing, and I'm wondering, the PS is the one who signs the money. You are looking for the figurehead, the one who comes to TV to explain policy.
I can't wait to give you the solution. I want to give you the solution.
So if you want to solve the problem in Kenya, can we please fight corruption truthfully, not as a political tool?
Explain
not
to
as
me.
a political tool,
It sounds like you're
truthfully.
holding
The president.
No. It's not about...
Between building somebody a house, that's a very simple question. Kati ya kujengea mtu nyumba na kuimprove economy ajijengea nyumba yake venye anataka, which is important.
So against activists that you send goons to protest.
Who's against?
I will answer that.
Yeah, goons work with police.
Come on, where the goons come from?
But let me tell you, this issue about
goons. This issue about
goons.
Yeah, kulikuwa na police.
This issue about goons.
Police si walikuwa na escort
policemen there.
This issue about goons, again, first of all, it must be condemned by everybody. You know, me sitting here, somebody may say,
including the police that work with goons.
And that's what I'm hearing you say, our people, our government. No. Again, this is something we've seen, Jeff, me and you growing up. You remember the Chinkoronkoro from these guys. You remember Mungiki. What were they? You know, at one point they would even go and collect, put up their own
policy. Chinkororo is still there. It's community policy.
You see?
So
these are goons. No. By the way, it's like you telling me, Mungiki.
So the goons
are people protecting them.
No, we should all condemn them.
Why are you likening Mungiki to Chinkororo? There's a difference.
Why do they get away with it?
No, these are vigilante.
Why do they get away?
careful. These are people.
Jeff,
these are people hired.
Jeff,
do you know where Chinkororo came from, Jeff?
Hold on.
If there was a gap in security, people decided to protect themselves.
Kenya police were deployed, Chairman. Kenya police were deployed to Haiti.
Yes.
Yes.
They're back, right?
Yes, most of them.
That is how it began in Haiti. Pole pole to evil. And that's where we're headed. Chaos in this country, supported, backed, protected by the government. Government using young people who are unemployed to further
their goals, political goals.
Yeah? So kama Morara anaenda, huyo alipigwa na goons. Hapo nini? Hapo
Bomas.
Don't daylight cameras are on. Hakuna mtu ameshika.
Na mbunge a state officer.
So these people, we all know as Kenyans, are protected, are funded by the Kenyan government. That's why hakuna mtu asiye kuwa held accountable. So I have a video of goons where 2 people died in Keumbu of Kisii this week, na kuna 3 policemen wamesimama wanachunga goons. Mtu anaanguka. There's video evidence. Goonism, but there are very many types of goonism. With all due respect, huyu amekaa tu kwa bench ananiguni na hizi hapa.
How can I change who want to bring this country down are the persons on my left and my right. These are the people who fund goons to come to the CBD.
But you're a goon. You can explain why you're a goon.
We funded you.
Why you're a goon. Goon kwa nini? Sikiza. You're a goon.
Okay, to my kufund CBD.
This is the point. How is it?
He said we fund. He's a goon. Have we ever funded you?
How is it that every time kuna maandamano, these people with their leader, you know, the chief goon, they impeached, you know, the one who was sacked in 2006, the one who stole people the relief food.
Who told you
anajuanga aje kwamba kunaenda kutokea kwamba kutakuwa na goonism and all that. Is the chief goon, is the one who does all this.
Wezi wenye kuja duka wanajuanga aje.
Ndio inalipa hao goons. Kuva this patriotism, you can be able to
this is the Kenyan flag. Okay, unalipanga goons. Wewe goon, tumai kulipa.
Huwezi fika bei ndugu yangu.
Sasa wewe goon vile uko expensive.
The government does not fund.
When you goon ni vile uko expensive.
You can't pay me on anything, Morara. You can't pay me.
So mtu ameafford ni mwenye anakununulia suti ya yellow. Mbona unakubali kununuliwa suti ya yellow?
Acha niongee. I'm wearing this because of my party UDA.
Mbona wanakubali kununulia suti ya yellow?
Kenya Kwanza government. A party that is working for the Kenyan people. The Kenyan people, rise in 3 years, amepigwa vita na maandamano ya sufuria. In 2024 Gen Z wamempiga vita. 2025 ndio hata hana time ya kufanya kazi.
You told me not to hold brief.
My dad the other day walikuwa anasema afanyi kazi, analala, anaiba. Sasa hivi wanasema aje, hii pesa anatoa wapi ya kufanya kazi? Bwana, what was Uhuru doing with our money? What was Uhuru doing with our money? Is a leader. The reason why these people hate my dad is because my dad the status quo. Wale watu walikuwa wanajenga manyumba wanauzia watu mamilioni, saa hizo nyumba tunapewa for free.
So if Ruto is your dad,
unaelewa? Ile saa yenye walikuwa naiba NHIF, saa hii baba yangu ameitengeneza. Ruto is a father of this nation and is doing a lot.
If he's your dad, why hasn't he removed your mom from where you told us she is?
What else has he done?
Yes.
For me,
not for you personally. For people like you.
I mean, even the blind is seeing. Even the deaf can hear what our president has done. Every county tunashuka.
We are not blind.
Kenya is a construction site as we speak. Ukipita hapa Kenyatta Avenue unawezangukiwa na mawe ya kutengeneza barabara. Ukienda Ngong Super Highway ndio hiyo. Ukienda Gikomba ndio hiyo inaenda. Kamukunji ndio hiyo. Talanta Stadium ndio hiyo inakuja. Raila Amolo Odinga International Stadium. Let me tell you this. What did Jomo Kenyatta give us? City Stadium in 10 years. In 24 years Moi gave us what? Nyayo na akatupea Kasarani. Mwai Kibaki alitupea stadium gani? hakuna. Uhuru Kenyatta alifanya stadium gani? Hakuna. Hiyo stadium kuna vijana wetu wenye wako pale mtaa wanafanya kazi huko. Sasa hii tunapigwa arena na tunapigwa nini nyingine tena mall hapo ndani. Unaelewa? Sasa kila pahali hata aseme muulize kwao ni wapi. Atajua Kenya.
Lakini Kibaki alitupatia Thika Super Highway, usisahau. Thika
Super Highway na pia Uhuru alitupa nini? Expressway yenye tuwezi pitia zi wenye hatuna magari. Boda yangu ipiti huko. But rais ametupiga hapo mabarabara, SHA inafanya nini. Affordable hostel nilikuwa nimemalizia nimesahau kusema hiyo. Enda MMU, angalia hostels zenye watu wanakaa. Sasa imefika almost 4th floor. Who did that? What was Uhuru doing with our money? That is my dad and we will vote for him. Gen Zs, hawa naongelea Gen Z na wazi Gen Z. Gen Zs in 2027 10th August. Saa 2 saa 3 tutakuwa tumekafunga kabisa.
Na goons mnatoa wapi?
Goons ni hao linda tumbo zao. Mbona kwa mikutano zao ndio kuna kuanga tu na goons kila wakati? Mbona huyu goons anajifunga kwa mkokoteni akienda parliament? Huyu sio goon. This is the goon. Mtu mwenye anafunga barabara hajapeana notice ya demonstration according to the law. Huyo ndio nani? This is the chief goon that I'm having here. So actually anafuata kukujiwa. He is the chief goon. He is the chief goon who wants to bring our country down.
Wacha goon ajibu.
Wacha goon ajibu.
Jeff, it needs security.
Jeff,
wow.
Jeff, the transformation, the metamorphosis within just 60 days. This young brother of mine has changed from black to literally, is it orange?
Yellow.
Yellow. I may change within 60 days. Bro, nipeleke mahali ulipelekwa. Nipeleke kesho. Jeff nimekubali. What has been given.
Affordable housing.
As I finish, umeambia wacha niongee. Just let me finish. Excuse Jeff. I will repeat. Kenya does not have a housing problem. It has never had. As I was finishing before I was interrupted rudely, when umetoka Madare, umetoka?
Ni wa soko mjinga.
So atulia nimalize bro. Soko mjinga is a slum.
Kawangware.
Mimi nimetoka Ubunga nikakuja Kibera, huyu ni wa Mukuru. Right now, huyu ni spokesman.
Mimi ni wa Kiambaa.
Wewe toka kwa hiyo.
Wewe ni wa Ushago
wewe matumbo wewe.
Matumbo, matumbo.
Huyu ni MP
Borabu constituency.
Huyu ni government spokesman. Mimi ni comedian Africa, the best comedian in Africa.
Correct.
Na huyu ni
street boy.
Huyu ni Gen Z leader.
Mini street boy.
UDA. But we are all from the slums.
Yeah.
It means we can climb. We don't have Alilala, Akulala kwa street. No wonder he's here today. It's not a problem. But education is. Health is a big one. So priorities, I will repeat again, there's no Kenyan who is homeless. We don't have a housing problem. We've never had one. Ever since 1963. The government is focusing on the wrong priorities.
Okay, but Eric, you said that a couple of times, and
I'm waiting to
I wanted to say something about goons.
I
want to say something about goons.
Eric, you've been a subject of goons.
Jeff, are you Jeff?
Chief goon.
Wacha nimalize.
You Jeffy.
Jeff.
Goon for hire.
Jeff Koinange.
Yes.
Unaitwa Jeffrey ama Jeff?
Jeff Nizar.
Jeff, allow me to now say this. I have been arrested since 2023 August. I've been arrested 19 times. And the culture of goonism, I have witnessed it introduced, grown, and now it's fully fledged by the government. First hand, on the streets. Just 2 days before June 25th, I was shooting something at Archives, an advert. And a day before, there was a rally with guys dressed in yellow. Big rally at the other side of Archives. Ndio walikuwa najiita vijana na Ruto. Kusema tutaki maandamano. So nikienda kutoka hivi gari yangu ilikuwa pale wakaniona. Eriko kuja hapa. Bro, I jumped literally on a border and I punched the rider. Kusema bro tuende. There was a young man who was holding me. Ni karibu nianguke. Because I am the enemy. Yeah? Uende unatuharibia hapa. I witnessed goonism in its highest form a week ago or 1.5 weeks ago. The people who were caught during Gen Z wakalalishwa chini, wengine walichapwa. Walikuwa na kama polisi. Wakasema walitumwa na gava. You get? It's on video. The government through policemen witnessed in Keumbu, where I built a house for that young boy. Tuliona polisi watatu, amongst, within, actually surrounding and protecting the goons. And that's how we know they're from the government. Who are throwing stones, na moja ikagonga mtu alikuwa amehangwa, Prado akaanguka, wakawenda wakamstone, na polisi ana watch. Yeah? The culture of goonism. There's a young man who we lost, Juzi, shot, dead. Yeah? Na the situation zake kusema walikuwa nakani kama alishutiwa, anaitwa Otieno, sijui someone. Hapa, I think ni Kayole. Yeah, hata hajazikwa. Yeah? Goonism, Kenya is turning chaotic and at the wrong time, because it's getting worse as we go into the elections. And I want to look at this camera and talk to every young person who's listening to Eric Omondi. I pray not, but you will die and leave your wife, your young wife, your young children, and your very grieved mother or father. And these people will move on. Do not allow yourself to be used because of 200 shillings. I know the problem stems from unemployment. So the government will use that. Because wanataka doa haraka. But utatumwa, enda kwa event. Ushasikia event ya government imekuwa na chaos. Since when? Never ever. You are paid the bare minimum, 150 shillings, and you're given a rungu. No, nambi. Ule mtu alipigwa the senator wa Vihiga. Osotsi, I went home and thought, at his age, Jeff, at your age, when you see anyone past 50, hatujua kuna condition gani. You see the way he was alipigwa. Jeff, hakuna mtu ako jela.
Paka leo.
We have, the sun is up, the cameras are running,
CCTV, yeah.
Citizen wameran. Babu wino kasema, uwa anaitwa Jono Nyango. Anaishi house number 4, Nyalenda. Yes. She is a free man. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. You understand? So, kama kuna kitu, ita throw this country into chaos. Especially now, it's very sensitive. Using the energy, the time of young people in the wrong things. Using them to fight against their own. Yeah? These are people, when wangekuwa job, Jeff, wangekuwa employed, wangekuwa educated. Hatungekuwa na hiyo shida.
And I happened to encounter the member of parliament. We happened to meet at a funeral. And being a leader, I was given an opportunity to speak. In fact, he is the one who gave me an opportunity to speak. I was not interested in speaking, but he insisted that I must speak. So I said, huyu mbunge kwa sababu ameita shida, wacha niende. He has called the problems, let the problems go to him. So he gave me the microphone, and you see, I really wanted to not tell the truth, but I ended up telling the truth, that this is how money is being utilized, and these are not rumors. I have come with the audit reports. They are here. This is how your money is being utilized. Do you know what happened while I was speaking? A goon jumped and snatched the microphone from me. And immediately the goon snatched the microphone from me. The member of parliament has a police officer who guards him. I saw the police officer to be well trained to contain the situation, not escalate the situation, because he's a trained officer. Do you know what he did? He reached out for his gun, for his pistol, in front of all mourners. And I wondered why. Look, if what I'm saying, you do not like it, let me finish. You have the benefit of having the microphone first. Allow people to speak. So we have a culture of intolerance. We have a culture where people are going to funerals and public meetings with goons. And why are these goons available? That is where we need to ask the first question. Somebody goes to school. The mother sells a cow. Let's imagine a mother in Kiabonyor ward in Borabu constituency. Anauza ng'ombe, anapeleka huyu shule. This person goes to school, they work very hard. They've been told that if you work very hard, your tomorrow will be better than today. Then they pass very well. Then they go to university and the village is happy. People do contributions. Somewhere around second year, this person, they have to sell land. They sell a piece of land. This person works very hard, they graduate with a degree in civil engineering. And we all, load a bus to Nairobi to go and, or Nanyuki or wherever the university is, to go and celebrate our son or our daughter has, graduated. Then they come back to the village. Year 1, no job. Year 2, no job. Year 3, no job.
Go home.
If it's a lady, already ashawekwa mimba. Mwenye amemweka mimba hayuko ready kuishi na yeye kwa sababu hata yeye hana kazi. If it's a gentleman, ashaingia kwa pombe, ashaingia kwa betting, ashaingia kwa aviator. So youths wako tu pale kwa village, wako tu idle. Hawana kitu ya kufanya. Saa hizi, nikiambia youths niko na pesa, I need 500 youths. Kuna mtu tunaenda kupiga mahali fulani, bebeni panga kila mtu. They will come, they will not ask who, and they will not ask where. When we reach there, that is when they will say, oh, kumbe it was our relatives. I might take them somewhere and then they are shocked to find out that I was actually taking them to fight their relatives. So people have weaponized poverty, the weaponization of poverty. And that is why even voter bribery is coming in. Because people are so poor and desperate that you can sit them. I saw a member of parliament sitting people in the rain kwa matope, awapatie pesa because they are desperate. Somebody else gives watu unga ambayo imeandikwa not for sale. Unaona unga imeandikwa not for, hadi sukari imeandikwa not for sale, meaning it's not fit for human consumption. But people are lining up to receive those distributions. So this desperation that is coming from economic degradation, that is coming from unemployment, is the reason why people are available for goons. And I just want to tell the young people that are out there, mimi kijana kama nyinyi, I know sometimes mnaniangalia nikiwa hapa Citizen TV mnashindwa, ule boy labda alikuwa na godfather alifikaje pale. But I want to tell you, of course ni tough kufika hapa. But first we have to own this country, kwanza ikuwe yetu. We don't have any other country mali tunaweza kimbia. This is our country. Once we own it na ni yetu, kitu ya pili, every 5 years huwa tunapata opportunity ya kubadilisha leaders. Please and please, do not be used for violence. Number 2, don't be bribed to vote.